the most challenging part of list building is getting from 0 to 100 subscribers. But once you get some momentum and confidence, you'll be well on your way to building a thriving email list. Today, I'm going to walk you through the steps to get there, from creating a high converting lead magnet to setting up a welcome flow. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly where to start and how to ensure your first 100 subscribers come as soon as possible. Hi friends, welcome back to the Inbox to Income podcast. My name is LIEZLE, and in this little corner of the internet, I share all things email marketing for e-commerce stores. Spend less than 15 minutes with me each week and I'll help you turn store browsers into loyal customers by transforming your email list into your most profitable business asset. Whether you're new to email marketing or just need a confidence boost, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Okay, let's discuss why this milestone is so important. Because once you hit 100 subscribers, the momentum shifts. You'll start seeing results and gaining insights that help you make decisions. Emotionally, watching your list grow boosts your confidence, because knowing people voluntarily opted in to hear from you, that's the encouragement you need to work towards a profitable email list. In the beginning, list building feels daunting because you don't have much proof of concept. Doubts creep in. You're still figuring out who your ideal customer is and how to speak to them. What do they find interesting? And the most common fear holding us back is that you are filled with worry that if you send too many emails, they'll unsubscribe and you end up tying your business worth to that unsubscribe. But unsubscribes are not a reflection of you doing something wrong. It's actually a really good thing. And I want you to reframe that mindset. Because to have an engaged list, you need to find the people who are interested in your product. And you need to stay focused on building your list with those people only. And then it's your responsibility to actually serve them what they came for. I believe if you can get 100 subscribers interested in your product or business, then there is no reason you cannot get 1,000 or 10,000. And once you have cracked the code and gotten to 100, you'll feel so much more confident growing to over 10,000. Now, let's get into the steps to hit your first 100 subscribers. The first step is to create a high converting lead magnet. A lead magnet is something you give away for free in exchange for an email address. This could be a discount, a free gift with their first purchase, or a digital product that you can deliver straight to their inboxes, like checklists, guides, or how-to videos. For e-commerce, the most effective options I've seen are quizzes and discounts. Now, quizzes, like a product recommendation quiz, answer specific questions and allow you to pitch a product. Discounts, like a first order promo, tend to convert better with a warmer audience who is already considering a purchase. So think carefully about your lead magnet, because that is your first impression. When I shifted from a done-for-you business model to a teaching model, I started from scratch with list building. My lead magnet was a guide with 50 e-commerce specific plug-and-play subject lines. It was specific, actionable, and promoted everywhere. My website, social media profiles, YouTube descriptions, and I did weekly posts. I also allocated $5 a day for meta ads. And within 2 weeks, I hit 100 subscribers. But keep listening to hear why this was an extremely valuable lesson. Once you have that ready, it's time to add the lead magnet sign-up form everywhere you can, starting with your website. So your second step is to promote your lead magnet everywhere. Visibility is key. And here are the top places to include your opt-in form. Grab a pen so you can jot these down and make sure you tick all the boxes. Your homepage banner, your website footer, the bottom of your blog posts, a pop-up with a teaser button. This can be set up in Klaviyo in the pop-up section. Just look at the teaser at the top. Your navigation menu, especially for quizzes. On product pages, if you have a product recommendation quiz, that's a great place to add that. Your social media bios, your LinkedIn bio and featured section, your YouTube descriptions and profile bio. A pro tip is when you're setting up your pop-up, delay it to pop up at 10 seconds when starting out to avoid overwhelming your visitors, and ensure your welcome flow is live before activating the pop-up. Another thing is you want to A/B test the timing, so give it 30 days, then adjust the timing and see what works better for your audience. The third step is to build a welcome flow. Your welcome flow is where you deliver the lead magnet and introduce yourself. Share your story, why you started, the challenges you've faced, and what you stand for. Make it authentic and relatable. This is your chance to connect and build trust. But remember to bring your audience into your story. Your ideal customer avatar must always be the hero. So try and get the wording right in your welcome flow to always tie it back to why this is relevant to them. Even though you're telling your story, you still want to include them in that. Find that balance between speaking too much about yourself and how you are serving the reader. Your optional step, like I mentioned, is to test paid ads. The fact of the matter is, organic growth does take longer than we'd like. If you have a small daily budget and understand setting up meta ads, I would test it out. But organic growth is absolutely possible, especially if you have an engaged social media audience. You need to find what works best for you, but making sure you have opt-in opportunities everywhere is an excellent place to start. If you want faster results, you should consider testing the Meta's instant form lead ads. At $3 to $5 per lead, you can calculate how quickly you'll hit 100. Now, about 6 months ago, I branched out in my own business, going from a done-for-you business model to a do-it-yourself and do-it-with-you business model. I knew my current email list was not the type of people that were going to want to learn email marketing on their own time, as they were solely interested in someone doing it all for them. So I had to start from scratch with list building, the same way you probably are. I followed my system, created an irresistible lead magnet, which was the guide we spoke about earlier, added it to my website, all my social profiles, in my YouTube videos, and I created a weekly post promoting it. I also decided I had $5 a day to spend on ads and created that instant form lead ad on Meta. Things were looking good, and within 2 weeks, I hit the 100 mark. I was sending out valuable content to my list every week for 10 weeks straight, while still growing my list using that lead magnet. And when I hit 250 subscribers, I thought, okay, now let's test the waters by sending them an offer to see how this audience responds and if I've been attracting the right people. So I sent 3 emails with an extremely good deal directly related to my first course. But all I heard was crickets. I was devastated. But as we do as entrepreneurs, I got up and decided to investigate the situation. What I found was that even though the list was filled with e-commerce store owners who are my ideal customer, my course is very specifically for Klaviyo users, and my lead magnet was way too broad. I could also see from my weekly value emails that the engagement wasn't bad, but it wasn't really great either, which suggests bad quality leads. So I decided to create a more specific lead magnet and make sure my copy called out people who either use Klaviyo already or intend to use Klaviyo. Now, hitting that first 100 subscribers gave me the clarity to see that there was a quality problem, and it helped me avoid major disappointment if I had done a massive promo expecting big results just to get zero sales. If there is one thing I've learned as an entrepreneur, it's that you need to constantly be pushing through fear of rejection, fear of failure, and fear of the truth to be able to see clearly and make the next right decision for your business. You are never going to hit the jackpot on your first try, but being resilient and making decisions based on numbers rather than emotions is going to be critical if you want to build a successful business. So don't be afraid to try, monitor, and pivot when creating your first lead magnet. So friends, don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Start small, stay consistent, and refine as you go. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love it if you share it with a fellow entrepreneur who's also just getting started. And if you're ready to take action, head to the show notes to grab my free checklist to high converting pop-ups and welcome flows. Until next time, happy emailing. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips to grow your e-commerce business and simplify your marketing. And if you're ready to dive deeper, remember to grab the free guide and check out these videos next. You've got this.